Good evening, everybody. My apologies for the tardiness. I was actually working on putting together my new chair that one of you fine people ordered for me, and it took me far too long, which is why I'm still sitting in the old one. The new one's like right over there, but not quite finished yet. So, my apologies for the tardiness. But in any event, good evening, everybody. For those of you who may still be here after me being disrespectful of your time. So, again, please accept my apologies for my tardiness. But without further delay, let us get into it. So I'm gonna swing this camera, and I'll show you our build for tonight. This will be a closed box build. So I haven't even started the build yet. So hang tight. All right, there we go. Move this just a little bit so I can work a little closer. Okay, there we go. Groovy. All right. So this is something Megan picked up, and I am building it. As you all know, one of the things we do for Thing One every year, there's always a build that Thing One gets as a gift around Thing One's birthday. And so this is the build. Okay, so it's a picture frame and with a rocket ship theme. Thing One's room is undergoing a renovation from little kid room to big kid room. So we're going to do this. Now you can already tell if you look at the piece count, 977. I mean, I got big hands, but the box isn't that big. These are going to be really, really small. So let's see. Elephant says, hey, good evening. And to you as well, Stephen Adams. Elephant says, how's the storm? It's, well, so far it's been pretty benign. Got a little bit of rain started about 4:45 today. And that's interesting. It's their version of a Lego brick remover. And to put it in perspective, I'll show you. This is the Lego brick remover. This green one's the one that comes with these blocks. So you can see they're really much smaller. So there you go. We had a little bit of rain, but as last time I called, let's see, 7:30, 7:45, something like that, I called the local airport to check the weather, and it was showing 1 degree Celsius, so about 33.5 degrees Fahrenheit or so. And the freezing point was, the dew point was -1 Celsius, so about 30.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh boy, little bitty directions. Look at that. Good evening, Gary. So Gary, I was telling them the reason I'm late, I was actually trying to finish building that chair, but I didn't quite get it all done, and that's okay. But we got to go jump on it. Okay. Now, manufacturer of this is called it looks like a mafia meeting. That's funny. That's funny. Give me a second here, guys. I need to check something. That's what I'm looking for right there. Okay, there we go. All right. That's better. Groovy. Guessing this might, I don't know there's going to be a quickish build because, again, if you look at these pieces, they're really, really small. So this build is going to take a while. It may take even more than tonight, but the good news is, very much like Lego, the packages are numbered in numerical order, so that tends to make life just even a little bit easier. I've actually done several of these builds. This manufacturer is called TG Tango, as in like Tango Golf. TG Blocks is the manufacturer of these. It's in the same space as Lego, but it is not quite Lego. That's okay. Barb says, what are we building? We are building a rocket poster or picture, sort of a 3D picture there. All right. So step one. All right, so we'll start with opening bag one, I guess. Let's see what's in bag one. Not gonna be able to stay very long. Got called into work at 1700. So far, kind of quiet. Okay, well, hang out as long as you can, and then do what you got to do, Gary. You know the drill around here. But thanks for being here either way. Okay, so those are stuck together. Okay. If you need more mods, I'll be happy to help. I totally understand if you have many. I just have 4 right now. Barb, you are a mod now, actually. I that's what I had to do when you log. The only way I can do it is if after you log in, I can jump over and do it, but I can't do it from StreamYard. I have to do it from YouTube, and so that's actually what I was doing, was marking you as a mod. I'm trying to see, and it may take effect after the stream tonight. I'm not sure. Also, this weird format going on here. Okay, no, on my end is showing. There it is. Okay, there it is. I am using the mic stand, actually. You guys go, show it to you. Yeah, new mic stand. The one I had before was this little rinky-dink one here, so not the best fit for the office anymore. So yeah, much better, much better. Those are the drawers. I pulled the drawers out of the desk when I was trying to move it around to make it a little easier. Just have to put it back in. Yeah. Okay, let's separate these. Like a real streamer. It took me a while. I've also got a little higher quality Shure boom mic over there, but the problem is it's not conducive to this layout. I don't have anything to anchor it on. I don't like it's a big executive desk I'm sitting on, so there's not enough lip around the edge of the desk to put the clamp on. So it is what it is. Okay, I'm gonna have to go through these bags, I guess, and I thought they were maybe in order, but it doesn't appear they are. That's also, oh, here you go. This is also bag 1. Oh, these are multiple. Okay. That's also bag 1. Or build 1, maybe, I guess. 3 of those. Here's 1. Here's those pins I was looking for right there. Those are 1s. That's a 1. That's a 2. A 5, a 5, a 2. All right, we're good for now. So first thing we're going to do, Gary, so I started the freezing rate 1830 and finally switched to sleet a few minutes ago. All right, let's see. Get rid of that. Like I said, this is not a Lego branded. This is I don't want to say an off brand. It's just a different brand. They're a lot smaller pieces. It's a company called TG Bricks. I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about it. Steve says there always seems to be random stuff around your desk hiding around you. Yeah, there is. I need to clean the space, but like I've got a bunch of Legos. You can't see them. A bunch of Legos to my left, your right, and the drawers were pulled out because I was getting the mat laid out and getting everything rearranged so that I can put once I finish building the chair, I can slide it back over here and have a little more comfortable ride. Remember that piece from the build the other day I couldn't find? There it is. So now I know where it is. There we go. All right. So I need one of these. I'm having trouble with the lighting a little bit even. I need reading glasses, I'm afraid. Okay. Okay, I see what they're doing. I'm okay with that now. That makes sense. I'm gonna do one. And do one here. That hurts. I discovered today that I have a cut on my thumb, and I don't remember doing it, but with the airplane build and whatever else going on, and there's no telling. and it's right there on the end of the thumb. So it's right where all the pressure is when I'm trying to work. You know what I mean? So let's count these. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 1, 2. There we go. Yeah, I've got it. I've got the back on it. I've just got to finish putting bolting down the couple of the plastic covers, and then I got to hang the armrest and on both sides, and I should be done. I'm almost done. I just realized I was like, oh crap, it's 9:20. I gotta get going. You know, one of those things. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Okay. So I did that one, and we're gonna do same thing on the front. Looks like. Let's see. It's a human chair. It's a human chair. Good question, though, Barb. That's a fair question given the nature of the channel, I guess. It's easy to laugh at, but I guess there's also some truth to it. So I need to do this twice. And what you're looking at here, these 6 plates will go together, and they'll ultimately be the backdrop of that painting thing you saw there on the box. This may be a little longer than a one-night build. I should have put my glasses on. My contacts are really dry because I'm several hours into the day now. So my contacts are super dry. I don't love it. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yep, right there. And then there. One of my good friends from high school is a veterinarian, and my sister was having some issues with her dog earlier. So I was acting as an intermediary between my friend, the vet, and my daughter, the dog owner. And of course, as a dog owner, anytime your dog gets sick or, misbehaves or or is ill, whatever, you tend to have concerns. And the vet who looks at it from the science perspective is like, listen, the dog is fine. This is not an emergency. Just calm down. Turns out it's a new dog. It's a couple months old, but it's still a pup. And just has tapeworms, and got it from a flea bite or something at some point, and just now manifesting. But obviously, I can imagine being a former dog owner. Not that we lost our dog in a house fire, so being a former dog owner, I 100% get that. Hold on, I gotta look at this real quick. I see your question, Stephen, but I need the light to see this. I'm gonna come one in, right? Yeah, and then we're gonna do 2. Yeah. Okay, I see. Steven says you're going to plan on streaming tomorrow. Also, probably. I'll try to stream daily as long as I have electricity and until I have to go back to work. They've already canceled church on Sunday, which, let's be honest, that's not really a surprise. It's dangerous for the folks to try to get there. It's dangerous for the preacher to get there. We've got a vehicle that I can probably get out there. I got an all-wheel drive vehicle. I could probably get out there. But anytime you've got the pastor preaching, inevitably you end up with the logistics of everybody else. I'd be out there to run cameras. We have to have our audio desk operator there to do all that kind of stuff. Barb says you can't see me. You're right, Barb. I'm holding it in my lap. I need to do a better job of keeping it in frame. That's why I'm trying to get another camera. It's got a fisheye lens, and I also need to get some additional lighting because I've got this real nice light, but the monitor's in the way. So this is, if you notice, it's kind of in the shadow. I've got to get it up here to get it up in the lights, and you guys can't really see it when I do that. And is that the middle? Yep. If I have any players of Pastor Pool, any golfers in the group, I have a golf tournament coming up on April 10th. It's a fundraiser for the nonprofit foundation that we created to help pay for scholarships and stuff for my high school kids, whether they want to go to a technical training program and learn to become an aircraft mechanic or a sheet metal mechanic, or maybe they're college bound, whatever that looks like. Try and give them a little financial support so they can get a little leg up there. It'll be a big fundraiser for that. It'll be April 10th. So if you're interested, send me an email on that. Well, you know very well that I'll always jump on and watch your stream. It'd be amazing if you do stream. I'm gonna try to stream every day, like I said. I have a degree in theology. Was a pastor for a few years. Very cool. Very cool. There are lots of callings in life, and we all have our talents. So I should have two more that are untouched yet. I got these. These are buddies. And then this one's just going to be. It says ×2, but I'm not really sure how one does that. Huh. A little bit confused. These directions aren't quite as clear. So can we donate? Sure. Yeah. Let me. I wonder if I can find a link for that. I think I can. I sent an email with the link on it. Let me find the link for you here. I sent a link with it. I sent an email with a link in a while back. Let me see if I can find it here. I'll drop it into the chat. Here it is. All right. I'm going to see if I can just throw this in the chat from my phone for you guys. Maybe this would work. I'm not sure, but we're about to find out. Nope, that's not it. Let's try this. How much we support even if they're in high school. Stand by. Oh, I'm going to have to sneeze again. Hang on. I'm trying to tune into my own YouTube channel on my phone, and it took me to an ad, so I just paid myself to watch my own channel. When I do that. All right. That should pop up for you guys in just a minute. Yeah, there it is. That's the link to. You can go on and it'll be like, do you want to buy a general admission ticket? Do you want to sponsor a hole? So you can either, if you sponsor a hole, send me a logo or your name. I'll stick your name on it. Or if you just want to make it, I think there's a donation box where you can just make a donation as well. That all goes through to a IRS 501c3 nonprofit foundation. So it'll have you input your information, and we'll send you a letter with your tax with evidence of your tax deduction. So. Let's see. Are there any plans currently? Anything happening for your members only channel? If you have one, I'm thinking about doing that. Yeah, I'm working on my pre-recorded stuff. It'll be an early release, and then I'm going to try to do some members only chats and that sort of thing. So we'll see. I don't know exactly what that looks like yet, but I have a formula for it for sure. If you follow me there, let's see. Am I missing something here? I've got 2 blank plates. So I should be. Oh, I know what I did. I see my mistake. I needed to do this one twice. So it should be a total of 12. 3, 6, 9, 12. Yep. I needed to do this one once. I did it twice. I only should have done it once. So now the question is, can I pull these silly things out? Grab our magic piece puller here, and we'll see what happens. And the NASA launch window for the Artemis mission back to the moon opens February 7th. You know, if you haven't ever studied that in depth, obviously you can't just decide one day, I'm going to the moon, because you have to sort of aim where the moon's going to be, not just where it is. The trade-off with these little bitty pieces is my hands get beat up. I mean, doing Lego all day can kind of beat your hands up. This will really beat your hands up, these little bitty ones. Okay, so I got one of these, and then I have 2 of these. So these are finished. And then I need, it says one of the one of those and one of these, which I also have. Okay. And then so that leaves me 2, right? Okay, yeah, and then I should have 6 left. I see what we're doing. I see what we're doing now. It makes sense. Sorry, these directions are in the same vein as Lego, but they're off just a little bit. And so the way you interpret them, because of course there's no words, is just a little bit different than it is for Lego. Let's see. I've got 7,000 pounds of mold in my house. Oh my goodness gracious, Barb. I'm glad you're moving. You should move. That is awful. A plane just flew over here flying to McAllister, I guess. With this weather, I think I'd be looking for an alternate. Yeah, but if depending on where the ceiling is, McAllister has an ILS approach, so it takes you down to 200 feet and a half-mile visibility. So that's about as low as you can get. If they've got the anti-ice or de-ice, the ability to either keep ice off the airplane or get ice off the airplane, that may be their best alternative. That may be their best option. Still dangerous. I mean, it's a bad day for somebody, but could certainly, either way, it's gonna be rough for somebody somewhere. You have all the things Oklahoma does well, and I guess depending on your politics would depend on your answer to that question. But hold on, I skipped a step here. I needed to do. I got too many pieces left over here. I don't love this. I need to undo that. Okay. I have 2 of those. My count is still off somewhere. I got to find it. And I have 1 of these. Correct. And then I have one of these, which is correct. And then I need 2 of these. I feel like I shouldn't have this many pieces left over, but maybe I should. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I always do. I tell Megan that all the time. Oh, we'll figure it out. We always do. Let's see. We're lucky about the weather, though. We're usually just smack in the middle of the snow. But all we've got this time is cold. Feeling lucky. Hey, sometimes the world gives you a break. And with 7,000 pounds of mold in your house, maybe that's the break you needed, Barb. Okay, so 2 of these. 2 of these. Yes. And then 1 of these, I guess. Yeah. And then 1 of these. I have 3 of these left over, so who knows? I might need them in a minute. Just be patient. Let the build happen there, big boy. Just let the build play out on its own. You know the drill here. So we're going to go here. And then this one. These are going to slide together. And then actually, I see we need to build these in parallel first is what we need to do. I need this one, and then I need this one. Yep. Okay, and then I need this one. Yes. Just like that. And then I need this one and this one. Oh, I'm offset. Okay. And this one. And then this is going to slide all together right here. Sweet. Very nice. So what's been your favorite Lego build, and what is one you're most looking forward to building? Oh, man, what a good question. The favorite one was probably the Saturn V, just because I'm such a huge fan of the Apollo missions. IDK James sent that one to me about a year and a half ago or so. One I'm looking forward to, one I'm looking forward to is probably going to be limited to whatever I have on hand at the moment. So, yeah. Gary, thanks for hanging out with us. Be safe. Stay warm. He's telling me I have all the pieces left, but I just put them in the drawer. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Most frustrating build. Oh man, I had a Snoopy build. It was a 3D puzzle. It wasn't really Lego. It was a 3D puzzle, and everything had to balance just right. And one of the pieces, this plastic stuff's all injection molded, right? And so when it came out of the injection mold, something was off just a little bit, and it never would line up right, which means it never would balance, and I never could finish it. It's still not finished. I find like I worked on that thing on and off for years. It's moved all over the country with me. Okay, so I need start with this. Sweet. All right. My question is, I'm not sure they would own it if they're here. But it is possible some of my students may be with us tonight. And if they are students, all I will say to you is behave yourselves. We have the ability to solve that problem if for some reason you choose not to. So I need a 2x8, or sorry, a 2x4, which is this one. I need a 2x3, which is, no, that's not a 2x4. That's a 2x6. I need a 2x4. It's this one. The only reason I think they comment, which is fine. I mean, YouTube is an open public forum. I'm a believer in First Amendment speech. And let's be honest, when they come on the channel and they watch it, then I get revenue off those ads. So I'm not, remotely disappointed. But they talk about it in class. And as long as, they're on their time, it's before class or after class, during passing period, whatever, I'm okay with it. And they'll ask me about it and, hey, did you know this? I'm like, you realize, like, I'm the guy who made that comment. I'm the guy sitting in the chair. Like, you do realize that, do you not? Oh yeah, I forgot. Because, especially with my underclassmen, my freshmen and my sophomores, they look like grown-ups, but they're really just very, very large children. And I need a 2x1. And so if you notice, like, look how big these pieces are. I'm going to set a couple of Lego up here so you can see the difference. Like, look at the difference in these sizes. Let's see if I get this up here to the camera for you guys. Like, you'll notice the blue is noticeably smaller. How old are your students? So I have high school students, so they range in age from roughly 14 to some of my younger freshmen are, most of my freshmen are 14. Some of them are young 14, meaning they just turned 14. And then, some of the seniors can be 18 if they're an early birthday or a late birthday, rather. They could be like 18 turning 19 or even 19. So, just freshmen through seniors. I'm struggling to find the 2x1. Of course, they're going to be buried under here. How many of these do I need? 1, 2, 3. There's 3 of them right there. 2, 3. And then here's this. There's that. And I need, is that a corner piece? I think it is. That is a corner piece. But I still need a 2x3. I got my 2x4. But I still need my 2, but here it is right here, 2x3. Yeah, these are super small. So I may not finish the build tonight simply because of how small they are and the fact that I have a 30-day. I have a pair. The contacts I wear are 30-day contact lenses, so they don't always last me. And I'm coming up on I'm on the back half of that 30 days. So we're going to start with Dixie Rect says teal colored Legos. What is this? Yeah, and they're not quite Lego. They're a different brand and they're a lot smaller, which is fine. It's just a different challenge. It's just a little more difficult to do, but nothing we can't manage around here. So one of the things I like to do on these smaller builds, especially. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. Oh, Lord have mercy. I know you guys can't see this, but I'm going to show you in just a minute what I'm doing so I can mark, because it's so hard to see these when I'm looking at a distance. Okay. So what I've done is I need to start on the 5th peg up from on this plate. So if you start here at the seam and you go up, this is at the 4th peg, this blue one. So when I get ready to lay my first piece, I go to the 1st peg above it. That way I know my count is right. Then I'll pop that off and I should be on the 5th peg. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Yeah. Barb says, "Have you ever opened a bag and put all of the same sized pieces together in piles before you start building?" Close for really big builds. The Saturn V, the Artemis heavy lift, the Harry Potter sorting hat, some of the bigger stuff. Yeah, I do. But and they're not exactly the same. But like I'll put all of the sort of the big gray and then this little gray, and any big would be anything that's like a 2x6 or bigger, and then all of the little white and big white, whatever. So yeah, generally speaking, especially for the bigger builds, even though they're bagged out, it's really the only way you can manage. It's really hard to manage beyond that. I need this, and the orientation needs to be this way. Yeah. And then the 2x6 goes behind that, which is right here. Okay. And then is that the 1x2? It is the 1x2. The 1x1s and the 1x2s are the single hardest part of this. They're just so small. And I'm getting ready to put one in right here. Except I don't think that's quite the right color. Yeah, it is. It's just weird lighting. There we go. And then this piece, what's my orientation here? Like that? Yeah, like that. There. And is it going to go underneath it? Ooh. No. I'm not sure that was the right piece looking at it. Do you ever use tweezers? I haven't so far, but I fully expect if I continue to do brick building, whether it's Lego or what have you, and as I continue to age, at some point, just out of necessity, I may have to. I hope it doesn't come to that, but being a realist, it is possible that one day I might have to. Okay, so it doesn't quite look like the picture, but it's the only piece that makes sense in this clutter here. So yeah, it's got to be it. Just the corner's a little more rounded than I would like. That's something wasn't looking right. This 1x1 is in the wrong spot right here. Hold on. I'm stuck here. Yeah, I don't love that. I will say this is the earliest I've had to pull two pieces off in a long time. Oh Lord, my daughter just randomly woke up and came downstairs and asked if you're the Lego builder, and I told her yes. She's asking if you're building the rainbow for her. I told her unfortunately no, but eventually, yeah. If I need to remember that for longer than like 10 minutes. Sometimes I have the memory of a goldfish. If I can remember that for more than 10 minutes, I can work on getting that built for her maybe this week. Come on, you toothless hillbilly. Dead gum. This one is hard to get off. Still trying to get it off. Dang, I got it off. It went rocketing across the studio. Hang on. That's better. And now I can put all of this back together. There we go. All right. Now, where was I? Other than ripping my fingers to shreds. Yeah, Barb, Steven Adams used to be Oakland Baseball prior to YouTube changing everybody's handles or whatever happened. I don't know exactly what happened there. I just know it did. But Steven Adams used to be Oakland Baseball. I've never asked him, but I'm really hoping he's the former Thunder player, Steven Adams, but probably not. The big Kiwi. What you guys don't ever see the backs, the I don't want to say the worst side, but the backside of Lego, especially in the winter when my hands get super cold. After a major project, especially if I do several like 3 or 4 hour build sessions, which is not out of this world uncommon in the build community, my hands the next day will be swollen and bruised. Eventually, I'm gonna have to find the piece I dropped, but not right now. Like as small and tedious as these pieces are, my hands are gonna hurt on this one tomorrow. So even if I don't finish this build tonight, I probably will not come back and revisit it tomorrow. I will probably work on another build I have over here tomorrow. Okay, now I need this piece. Because like I said, it's kind of a trade-off. I go through so much lotion. I actually, because we may be home for an extended stay this time because of the weather, actually brought it home from work. Has stuff. I have this stuff called No Crack. It's fantastic. Megan gets it for me every year. I have the big industrial jug of it. It's like a quart size. 1x6. This might be there. 2x6. 1, 2, 3. There it is. Good. So I need one of these, and I need a 3x3 plate. Let's see if I can find a 3x3 plate in this mess. The reflection of me in the blue plate's pretty cool. Oh, I didn't realize I was reflecting in the blue plate, but okay. Nifty, I'll take it. Didn't know that. I need one of the open angles. I think I hear it precipitating outside. And then I needed a 1x1. I think I hear it precipitating outside. We'll have to see. So I'm going to do myself a favor here. Actually, let's do. I'm sorry. I realize I'm picking up on you guys. You guys are here for the build and I'm hiding the build. Shame on me. And then this is wrong. Something about that previous segment is not right. I will tell you that their piece puller is not nearly as good as the Lego piece puller. Oh, okay. Oh, when I held it up, my face reflected. Gotcha. I follow you now. All right, I'll spend some time with this. Just a second. I'm trying to figure out what I made an error here, and I got to figure out where my error is. Hang on. So it should fit then, right? Yeah, okay, it should. No, we're good. We're good. We're going to do that. And then we're going to do this. Yep. This one right here is what we need. This is going to be the tricky little booger right there. There it went. And then this is going to kick right there. Groovy, brother. Groovy. Trying to get my chair back on the mat. There we go. So then I need an ear going the opposite direction. Nope. This, not that one. Not that one. So see, those are called ears. I need one that's got the opposite angle to it, like that one right there. And then I need a 1x4. There's a 1x4. And then I need is that a 2x8? Yeah, I need a 2x8, which I believe is this one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, 2x8. And then I need was it about a 1x10 or so? Yeah, 1x10. There we go. All right, let's see. We're going to take this one, slide it in that hole right there, nailed it, and then pin it. Good. And then we're going to take this and put it here and pin it. And then we're going to take this and put it here. And this and put it here. I can see it starting to take a little shape now. Then I need a half moon, or no, I need a quarter circle, right? So quarter pipe. And I need a 2x4. And I need 2 short corners. There's a short corner there. I need another one. Let's see. There's one right there. 2 short corners. 2 arrowheads. There's one. There's one. 3 arrowheads. There's 2. I think I see chats coming in, but I got my head down. There's that. And then 1 corner. I know I had it because I was measuring a couple of them earlier. There it is right there. It's on my finger. Did you miss anything? Well, I think I put about 5 more pieces on Stephen's All, but welcome back. Okay, so we're here. Then the one before is going to go right here. And the half moon's going to go right there. A quarter pipe, rather. And then, oh boy, that's going to be tedious. Oh, I missed a piece. I did miss. I missed 2 pieces. I also need a 1x3 and a 1x2. There's the 1x3. There's the 1x2. Okay, so that's all here. Okay, so a couple of these are going to be really tight fit. Did Zach climb into the freezer? Just missed Zach having to take a piece back out twice and commenting that this taker outer is not as good as the Lego taker outer. It's true. It's not as good as the Lego taker outer. That's 100% true. Okay, I got to make sure I get this slope right on this one. This is going to be a challenging little heifer. Okay, get the orientation right, which is here. Good. And then that's going to sit. Actually, let me try and drop in this one. There. Okay, there's one of it. And then right next to that, okay. Okay, there's that. Good. And then oh, come on. There. And then I feel like I ended up not getting the right piece. Where's that elbow I had? Was this it? I've missed every freaking piece of this thing. Okay. I'm missing a piece. Here we go. Is this the right rake? I need the opposite rake. Darn. Is this stubby here? Yeah, there it is. I need one of these. So then I need the 1x3. He's going to go right here. And then this is going to go right here. This is going to go there. I needed 2 1x2s because of course I did, because I just got in a too deadgum of a hurry. There it is. Okay. And then I don't know why I ended up with this piece. I didn't need it. I don't know where I was getting those numbers, but okay. I'm making stuff up again. You know, it's okay to talk. It's okay to talk to yourself. It's when you begin answering yourself that one needs to seek psychiatric intervention, I'm afraid. Oh, come on, you hillbilly. There it went. Almost. There it went. Good. Double compound curve. Yep, there it is. Good. All right. Let me check my audio meter here. All right. All my audio, at least on my end, is going through. It looks like Steven can hear me. So not sure, Barb. Even when I'm head down, I try to just keep a little bit of banter going so you guys know the microphone's still open. I need 3 of the little corners. I need 190, so there's a 90 right there. And there's one of the little corners. There's another and another. There's 3 inners, three inner corners. I need the squared off. So here's the round 90. There's also a squared off 90 right here. So if you look, that's a 90-degree turn, that's a 90-degree turn, but that one's rounded and that one's squared. And then I need a 1x2 flat top, which is that a 1x3? 1x3 flat top. Then I need 2 1x3s. Okay. And then I need 1 3-ear. Is it 3 or 4-ear? 4-ear right there. And then I need a 1x4 plate. 1x4 plate. Okay. So I start where that ended. And I start with the 1x3 right there. And then I do the 1x4, or sorry, the 2x4. And then obviously it leaves us with an interior 90 that we're going to use the 1x190 on the interior corner. Then we're going to do the 2x290 for the outer corner. There's that, good. And then I think that's going to drop in. It is. That's going to drop in right there. Okay, and then I need the squared 90. Actually, before I do that, is that a 1x3? It is. We're going to do 1x3. Flip it over, good, and spin it. 1x3. Let's tuck that in. Then the squared 90 is going to go here. All right, yeah, it can go right there. Then I need this one. That's not right. This one's wrong. That squared 90 is wrong. Well, Barb, if you can hear me, thank you for stopping by and have a very lovely evening. Hey, I caught it on my hand. Look at that. Couldn't do that again if I tried. You couldn't do that again if you paid my mortgage for me. Okay. That okay. See, I had it at the wrong 90. It's a squared 90, but it needs to hang like yeah. There we go. So then this drops in here like that. Good, and then I can put the 1 by 190 in it there. I don't know, I guess, why I pulled that corner. I guess I didn't need that corner, but that's okay. And then this one's going to drop in right there. There. Maybe sticking to Lego might be better. Seems a bit much. They're just so small. I just misread the directions. I mean, no matter big, I'd have made the same mistake with Lego. It's just easier to take apart. Okay, so I need 3. Oh wait, no, wrong page. Wait, did I just turn the page? What did I do? Yeah, here we go. Okay, so I need that's done. Now I need to go straight across. Okay, so I need a 3x3 smooth plate. And I need a 2x3 smooth plate, which is going to be, or is that a 1x2? It's a 1x2 smooth plate. That works too. That's fine. Then I need a 2x8 smooth plate. That one might be too long. No, that's it. 2x8 smooth plate. I don't need that. And then I need, like, what is that, a 3x3 90 roughly? Yeah, it's a 3x3 90 right there. All right, so then that's going to go all the way to here. Good. And this is going to swing off of it like that. Okay. This is going to run right up the seam. Literally the seam between the plates right there. And then we're going to offset one dot right there. Groovy. And then we jump to step 12. So I need 3 1x2 smooth plates. There's one. Come on. The issue with those plates is when they're upside down, they look like regular pieces. There's no way to tell when they're upside down if they're a plate or a regular piece. It says I need how many of those? 3. I found 1. 2, 3. Good. A 1x5. That is not a common piece. And then I need another 3x3 elbow. That's a 3x3 elbow there. Make sure my math is right. That's a 1x5. That is a super unique piece. You don't see that in the Lego world for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good. Yeah, we're all here. Okay, so then I'm going to put 1 right there. 1 right there. Sorry, I realize you guys can't see it. One right there. There it went. Should be. Yep. That's the 90 there. Good. Steven says, how do we go about accessing your wish list? A couple of ways. If you go to the landing page of the YouTube channel, I'm actually going to try to click and drag it into the chat for you there. But if you go to the landing page of my channel, where it says the Lego Lawyer, formerly known as YLFZ, and then all things law and other topics, and then it says Amazon.com registries and 4 more links. You click that, and then I think, is it command click? Yep. And then we're going to command C. And then we're going to go, oops. That right there. Normally, if my mods were still here, Gary had to bounce, and Art and Court's sitting here, and Laura's not here, and Barb can't hear me. Normally, my mods would throw it in there, but there you go. I need to go and clean some of that up because some of them have like switched vendors. I've got to go and clarify some things and stuff, but there you go. And actually, some of this stuff in particular, like there's one item here, I need to go ahead and dump this. Because what happened was somebody bought it, and I ended up not needing it because somebody bought it, shipped it to me, and then they ended up, for whatever reason, not buying it off of my wish list. So they just bought it and shipped it to me, but no big deal. All right, so Steven, sounds like it worked good. Okay, so now I need 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. And then I need 3. That's a 1 by 190. I need 3 2 by 290s. 1, 2, 3. I need 1 3 ear. That's a 2 ear. Here's a 3 ear. And then I need a 3 by 3 full 90, which is right here. And then I need is that 2 by 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 2 by 6, which is that's a 2 by 8, but this is a 2 by 6. 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 by 6. Good. Then okay, so it says if I do that, then now getting sound from your phone. Well, thanks, Barb. Glad to hear that. And you've been a mod for like 10 minutes, so I'm not remotely worried about you getting that done. Tonight's a slow night, not a lot going on right now, so I certainly have the time to do it. I've reached out to a friend of mine because I do get this question from time to time, and that's about the status of immigration law. I reached out to a friend of mine from law school, much, much smarter than I am. I'm about 10% smarter than the average bear. I'm a pretty bright guy, but she is just absolutely brilliant. Law review, got all the honors and awards there were to get. And all she does, 100% of her practice is immigration law. So I reached out to her to see if she'd be willing to come on and do an interview. And I told her we can do it pre-recorded or we could do it live. And if we do it live, of course, I'll take some of your questions. If we do it pre-recorded, then I've got a script, not a script, but an outline of the questions I would ask. You know, the podcasts that I enjoy listening to the most are the ones where the host knows when to shut their trap and let the guest be the expert. And so if I can get her on to talk about it, that would be great. Don't know and she may not have the bandwidth, she may not be willing to, or she may not be able to, and she might not want to. I mean, that's a little bit controversial area of law that to practice right now. So I also understand if for safety or security she wouldn't want to come on here. But I did at least reach out. What's where she going to say no? I'm not interested. Sorry. I mean, and she's absolutely brilliant. She could have set her own salary coming out, and all she's ever wanted to do, the only law, I mean, she's got a bachelor's degree in Spanish. All she's ever wanted to do was immigration law. She's from a part of Oklahoma where there are a lot of seasonal agricultural workers. And so she grew up around a lot of hardworking folks. And from the moment she hit the steps of the law school, she knew what she wanted to be. Most lawyers go in knowing what they want to do. And kind of like a regular undergraduate, they change their mind 3 or 4 times based on, oh, I really like that internship this summer, or that was miserable. I could not do that for the rest of my life without harming myself or others. I thought I knew what I wanted to do and tried it when I first got out, and really didn't enjoy it as much as I hoped I would. So then I ended up, that was doing insurance defense work, and then I ended up on the plaintiff side of the case. I enjoyed that more, but still did not get a ton of satisfaction out of it. And what I mean by that is when you're doing insurance cases, even especially the first party bad faith cases, the amount of money you can win is simply the amount of money you secure for your client. While it matters, it absolutely matters. I don't think for a second it doesn't. It's kind of like watching professional poker on TV. It's just a scorecard. Big checks are great. Big money awards are great, and they're important. But let's not call it something it's not. It's a scorecard, right? When I get the report, when I get the Bo's reports and some of these other collections of jury trial information, the first thing we look at is how much money was awarded, and then we work backwards. What were the facts of the case? Who were the lawyers? Who was the judge? What county? All that kind of stuff matters. The first thing we do is we look. It's like I said, it's a scorecard. I have my own folder now. Did you, Barb? I've got some other links on there too. I've got the Patreon and the merch store and a few other things on there too. And I'm not remotely asking you to do anything about it. Just want to make sure you know that those are out there as well. Okay, so then I need where to go inside 90, 1x1 inside shoulder 90. Nope. You will find that this build is much easier if you put pieces where they go the first time. Oh, that one bounced back here over my ear. See if I can find it. Hang on. Here it is. So let's actually, in this case, I normally try to start with the inside 1x1 inside shoulder, but we're actually going to go with the outside 2x2 shoulder. Just it makes that turn just a little more palatable when you're building it. And then we go to the 1x3 right there. And then I need that one and that one and that one and then oh no, don't put that down yet. You got to put a 90 in there. Is that coming off of the dot or is that back a square? That's back. Oh, that's a tight thing. Nice. Love it when a plan comes together. There it went. Good. And then there. There. And there. Sweet. They are all in my folder now because you haven't met me. That's funny. Okay. So I need, what time is it? It's getting late. I feel like it's getting super late. Yeah, it's 10:30. Been going, what, an hour? Hour 12? This is definitely going to be a multi-day build. Because I'm not even through bag one yet. Hey, there's your new member right there. Thanks, Steven. Okay. Those are my two inside 2x2 90s. Or I guess I can make them inside or outside. And then one arrowhead. I need two 1x1 90s. There's one. And here's one. And then I need a lamp post. And I need a 1x1. Maybe. There we go. Then I need one of these. And I need a 2x2. I need a 2x2 elbow. I need a 2x2 corner. I need a 2x3. I need a 2x2 outside ear. Or sorry, a 3x2 outside ear. And then I need a 1x4. Allegedly. There, no, that's 1x3. There's a by 3. Here's a by 4 up here. Okay, so I need to put I do believe my dear wife is checking outside to see what the weather's doing. I just heard her crack the front door. And then a 1x1 on the inside right there. And then is it going to be the elbow? That is the elbow right there. And then I need one of these. Yep, just like that. Oh, don't let it bounce. Keep it there. It is good. And then I need the 1x4. Is that coming right off of there? It is. Okay, and then I need up one, right? There's the 90. And then there's the outside 90. Or sorry, the 2x2 outside shoulder. And then the 1x2. And the 1x6, or sorry, the 2x2, and then the 2x3, sorry. And then I need the left side ear. Something's not right about that. The spacing's off. It's because that's not a 1x4, that's a 1x5. Time to make a correction. That piece was right. Oh, Lord. Ow. There we go. Eventually, I'll start measuring right, and I won't be putting 1x5s where 1x4s go. There's a by 3. There's a by 3. There's a by 3. There it is. Okay, now the 1x4 is much better. Then let's go back to where we were. Then we put the 2x3. And then I put, is that right? Yep, just like that. Measure twice, quote once. Yes, Barb, you are correct. And have all the light for this one. So I'll find a plate seam. Two dots past the plate seam in line with this. Is that right? Now I need to go one more. Is that right? Yes, Stephen, I see it. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. I'm trying to figure out how many. Well, I guess I just count over how many off the side it is. That's probably the easiest way to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. 2 up. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it needs to come over. Okay. I don't know how in the world I'm supposed to find that point. Now I practice while you 2x3. Let's see. Hang on, now I can finally see what I'm doing. Hang on. Now we figured it out. And then I need to put that little doohickey upside down. Yeah, it goes upside down. I need to put the post in. There we go. I'm going to do the end of this last page, or the end of here, step 17, and then call it good. This is where it's going to be 3D. This is the part that'll be kind of cool. I need one arrowhead. I need one 2x2 right ear. I need one 2x2 left ear. I need a 2x2. And I need a 2x2 corner. There's one right there. So then I'm going to start with the left ear. I think that's right. Let me count the dots here. 5. We want to do good. And then right next to it is I guess right in front of it is the shoulder, which is right there. Almost right there. I missed it. What's the orientation? 45 out, 90 on the inside right there. And then the 2x2. And is it flush? It is. And then this one's going to flip here. Tuck in there. Good. And then I need a I need a 2x2 right or 2x2 left ear. There it is. I need a 3x3 plate. Which one would find here? There you go, Barb. Well, good job. Appreciate that. There's that. And then I need a 3x2 right ear. There's a 3x2 right ear. And then I need a 2x4. And is that a 2x6? 3, 4. Yeah, a 2x4 and a 2x6. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a 2x6. There's a 2x4. Groovy. So then the 2x6 is going to go at the end of this. Yeah, there is overlap on that seam. I want to make sure it's going to overlap that seam. It does. And then the 2x4, and then the 3x3 plate, and then there, and then one more. Nope, something's off on my spacing. There's always something off on the spacing. Where's my error here? out of place somewhere. Be kind to somebody. That's right. I'm cooking like Betty Crocker. That's funny. Let's see. Where's my mistake here? No, it was correct, but this is not a 2x3 ear. I need the 2x4 ear, so I need the longer ear though. Yes, that one. Okay. So what had happened here for those following along at home? This is the 2x3. If you notice right here, it's not even. Because if I go with the 2x4 ear, it's very even. Perfect. All right, folks. We're going to leave it here for tonight. I'm tired. I need to go see what the weather's doing anyway. I know Meg just went and checked on it, but I don't know what it's doing, so I'm going to go check on it. Listen, I appreciate everybody tuning in, hanging out with us tonight. If you haven't already, like this video, click the bell notification so you know every time we go live. Well, subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification. If you haven't already, I know you have a lot of choices when it comes to spending time. I appreciate that you chose to spend your time with me on this cold winter evening. So everybody do me a favor. Be kind to somebody. We'll talk to you real soon.